The rain came down in sheets, flooding the narrow streets of the small town. Most people ran for cover, everyone except Ethan. The 17-year-old boy, soaked to the bone in his torn jacket, was kneeling by the side of an expensive black Mercedes, tightening a loose bolt under the hood. "Ma'am, don't worry," he said, wiping his hands on his jeans. "I think I can get it started again." The woman standing beside him, Victoria Hale, CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the state, could hardly believe her eyes. She was on her way to a critical investors' meeting when her luxury car had broken down in the middle of nowhere. She had no signal, no help, and now, a kid was fixing her car in the pouring rain. Ethan's hands moved with precision, a mix of experience and instinct. His late father had been a mechanic before passing away 2 years ago. Since then, Ethan worked part-time at a local garage to help his mother pay rent. Victoria watched him silently, her designer heels sinking into the muddy roadside. She wanted to tell him to stop, that she'd call for a tow truck when the rain eased, but something about his determination kept her quiet. "How do you know all this?" she finally asked. "My dad taught me," Ethan said with a shy smile. "He said engines are like people. They stop working when no one takes care of them." Something about his words hit her harder than she expected. After nearly 30 minutes, the engine roared to life. Ethan stepped back, wiping water from his face, his smile brighter than the headlights. Victoria's relief was immediate, but so was her curiosity. She reached into her handbag to pay him. "How much do I owe you?" Ethan shook his head. "Nothing, ma'am. I'm just glad I could help." She stared at him, stunned. "You stood in the rain for half an hour fixing a stranger's car, and you don't want anything?" He shrugged, still smiling. "You looked like you really needed to be somewhere. My mom says helping people is payment enough." Victoria had met countless people in her life, executives, investors, politicians, but none had spoken to her like that. She felt something shift inside her, something she hadn't felt in years, human connection. "Do you at least have a phone I can call your boss with?" she asked. Ethan hesitated. "I don't really have one right now. It broke last month." That's when Victoria noticed how thin his jacket was, how worn his shoes looked. The rain hadn't bothered him, maybe because he was used to it. Before he could stop her, she handed him a card. "Come to this address tomorrow morning," she said. "Tell the receptionist I asked for you personally." Ethan frowned, unsure. "Ma'am, I really didn't fix your car to get a job or anything." Victoria smiled. "And that's exactly why I want to see you." The next day, Ethan arrived nervously at the gleaming glass headquarters of Hale Technologies. He felt completely out of place in his faded jeans and second-hand shoes. When Victoria saw him walk in, her assistant whispered, "Is that the boy you were talking about?" "Yes," she said with a proud smile. "That's him." She invited Ethan into her office and asked him to sit. "Ethan, you reminded me of something I forgot a long time ago. Kindness without expectation. I built this company chasing success, but yesterday, you showed me what real success looks like." Ethan was too stunned to reply. Then she continued, "I spoke with my board this morning. Starting next semester, we're launching the Hale Foundation Technical Scholarship, for hardworking kids like you who deserve a chance." Ethan blinked, barely processing her words. "A scholarship?" "Yes. You'll finish your studies. And when you're ready, I want you to intern here, with me." Tears welled in his eyes. "Ma'am, I don't know what to say." Victoria smiled warmly. "Just keep fixing things, and people, the way you did yesterday." 5 years passed. The rain poured again outside the Hale Technologies headquarters, and this time, Ethan was standing inside the CEO's office, now dressed in a tailored suit, a nameplate on the door reading, "Ethan Carter, lead engineer." Victoria, older but still radiant, entered with a coffee cup. "Rainy days still your favorite?" she teased. He grinned. "It's where everything started." She looked out at the rain and said softly, "It's funny, isn't it? A broken car brought two strangers together, and changed both their lives." He nodded. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness create the biggest engines of change.